Matt Carpenter back at the roundtable to talk about how Statcast expected outcome statistics give Yankees fans a reason to be optimistic about Gary Sanchez. So basically, expected outcome stats remove defensive and ballpark factors to evaluate hitters. They use exit velocity and launch angle to produce a hit probability based on the outcomes of comparable historic balls in play. So instead of representing hit outcomes, they evaluate the quality of contact of each hit. This data is then used to produce expected stats, like expected batting average, expected slugging percentage, and expected wOBA. If you're not familiar with wOBA, it's essentially an improved version of OPS that is put on the same scale as on-base percentage. Check out my last video if you want to know a little more. So what do these stats tell us about Gary Sanchez? Well, first, he's 75th in the league in expected wOBA, which is good for 4th on the Yankees, Judge 1st, Hicks 2nd, Stanton 3rd. In regular wOBA, in comparison, he's 10th on the team. I think top 4 is really more where a hitter of his caliber belongs. His 361 expected wOBA ranks well above the 327 average expected wOBA, and then his actual wOBA is at 303. He has the 6th highest negative difference in the league between actual and expected wOBA. Same is true really for his expected batting average and expected slugging. His 234 expected batting average is still a little lower than average, 251 expected batting average, but his actual batting average is just 188. So there's a 50 points difference there. 520 expected slugging versus the 429 average, so he's well above average. I mean, almost 100 points above average in expected, but actually he's only slugging 416, so that's over 100 points lower than what Statcast would predict. Another Statcast statistic is barrels, specifically barrels per plate appearance, where he ranks 7th. And barrels are defined as a batted ball events whose comparable hit types, in terms of exit velocity and launch angle, have led to a minimum 500 batting average and 1500 slugging percentage. So he seems to be hitting the ball hard at hard line drives, but they have not produced the outcomes that you would prefer. Matt Carpenter is an interesting case to look at. He changed his swing to improve his launch angle, and he was criticized when he underperformed. But while he was underperforming in his outcome-driven stats like batting average, slugging, and wOBA, his expected stats showed improvement. Since about May, his fortunes have changed. He's been arguably the best hitter in baseball since then. It does seem that these expected stats do have some predictive value. They haven't been around for too long, so there's still research to be done there, but they do seem to have some predictive value for hitters. So what does this mean for Sanchez? It's probably fair to say he's faced a fair amount of bad luck this year. Of course, teams want production, they don't want expected production, but there is evidence that his luck should even out. But his season has been far from ideal, but there does seem to be some reason to be optimistic about his return for the pennant run. He's scheduled to start a rehab assignment today, and hopefully should return soon. That's it from the roundtable. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and I would love for you to subscribe to RTT for more Yankees, MLB news, and stat breakdowns. Thank you very much for watching.